Welcome to Carrizozo Music. Carrizozo Music is a nonprofit organization celebrating its 14th year, and it is dependent on grants, foundations, and your generous donations. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have moved all of our music to a virtual platform for you to enjoy any day and any time from the comfort of your own safe place. Part of the mission of Carrizozo Music is to provide school outreach programs, including concerts, workshops, lectures, and demonstrations for the children of New Mexico, many of whom live in impoverished communities and never have the opportunity to experience this type of culture. Performances are funded in part by the New Mexico Humanities Council, New Mexico Arts, National Endowment for the Arts, Western Arts Foundation, Otero County Electric Cooperative Operation Roundup, Tularosa Basin Telephone Company, Zia Gas, and listener donations. Throughout the performance and afterwards, we will answer your questions via our email, carrizozomusic@gmail.com. All emails will be answered within 48 hours. Please visit our website to watch and listen to the many great performances we have in our performance library at carrizozomusic.org. Remember, donations from you, the viewer, are important to the success of this organization. Thank you.
Hey, you guys. Hi. Hola. ¿Qué tal? Wow. Have you guys seen any of these shows before? How many? Okay, I want you to raise your hand if you've seen live music before. Yes. You guys are old hat. You know how to be an audience, right? Good. I'm super excited. We're going to do a bunch of songs we wrote. This first one I wrote. It's about self-doubt. He was planted in the early morning, birthplace of her life, next to memories of a beautiful new spring. It's been watered with the tears of unknown trouble and strife, and a fear of what a faithless future brings. She looked about the world, and every step she did take was measured with the careful stride of no. Then as she grew, she came to see the pattern she did make would be leaving her with nowhere left to go. It was that little seed of doubt, that little grain of worry grown out on a troubled brow for a heart that knows no fear. Where would she be without that little seed of doubt? She turned around to find herself all tangled up and worn and tired of the struggles of the world. That night she had a dream about a new life being born, but didn't trust it was her own life to unfold. She didn't trust it was her own life to unfold. It was that little seed of doubt, that little grain of worry grown out on a troubled brow for a heart that knows no fear. Where would she be without that little seed of doubt? As she wandered through the world that she had made, she came across the girl she left behind. Her sight was so she plainly saw the beauty make a trade for her freedom. Here's a lie and peace of mind. She traded freedom for a lie and peace of mind. It was that little seed of doubt, that little grain of worry grown out on a troubled brow for a heart that knows no fear. Where would I be without that little seed of without that little seed of doubt. Thank you, you guys. Thank you.
Way to turn a negative into a positive.
Thank
Stephanie
you so
Bettman.
much. Yeah. So who can guess at, like, what genre would you call that music? Raise your hands. Anybody have a guess? Yes, in the back. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I love the willingness.
All the way on the edge here. Yes. Say again. Grass music.
It actually...
Yeah.
Real close. I
Well,
think that's a winner.
I think that's a winner. Grass. Bluegrass. Bluegrass music, right? No, he's shaking his head no. He's like, no.
No.
It's not bluegrass music. That's not bluegrass.
Yes, there. Red face mask. That's the other option.
Country music, yeah. It could be called country music. All right, well, so we got fiddles and we got guitars, and that's traditionally in those genres. And we're going to do another tune that we wrote. This is kind of we got a little story to tell you about this one. So this is Luke Halpin.
Hello.
And I'm Stephanie Bettman. And we're Bettman and Halpin. Let me hear you say it. Yep, Bettman and Halpin. Bettman like Batman. You guys know Batman, right? And then Halpin like, oh heck, I don't know.
What's happening?
What's happening? Ha 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 ha.
My first name's Luke. My last name's Halpin. And my best friend calls me Loose Hairpin.
Anyway, Luke and I have been making music together for almost 15 years. Oh my gosh. That's probably like twice your age.
We've been playing music longer than most of you have been alive, but this venue here in Alamogordo is the one. We've played this venue more than we've played any other venue in our entire career.
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
True. Well, we live in Denver now. We met in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be a little late for them at this stage, yeah? Too late. Vote for them next year.
Yeah, we'll give it another whirl.
Yeah, just keep on trying. So anyway, Luke and I started touring together. That means we write a bunch of songs and then we go drive all over the country and we play them for people all over the place, like here in Alamogordo. And we would go to Oklahoma a lot. And we went to this one town in Oklahoma. It's a really small town. We've never been to Africa. Not yet. But hey, Albuquerque, we have been in Albuquerque. I'm from Albuquerque. Actually, I grew up there. You are too. It's a good town. Yay.
I'm not from there.
All right, you guys, I'm going to tell you a story. So, yeah. Okay. So we were traveling and we were driving through Oklahoma and we got a chance to play a show for some people in a really small town called Kansas. But it's not like Kansas the state, but it's the same name. And I thought, well, that's confusing. So anyway, we met this guy who was going to put us up in a cabin and feed us, and he was hosting the concert we were playing, and we followed him down this winding road through trees that got darker and darker, and we got to the end of the road, and it was this amazing place where they built all their houses on stilts, like 20-foot high stilts. Their houses are like on the tallest legs. It was really wild. And I turned to our new friend, and Steve was his name, and I said, what is up with the stilts in the houses? And he said, well, you see that river right there? That river, which happened to be the Illinois River. He said that river floods. In fact, just last year, it flooded my house, and so I just raised my house another 10 feet by hand. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine lifting up a house with a car jack, cinder block by cinder block? Anyway, we had a great time hanging out with him and his wife, and this little place is called Fiddler's Bend because it's right in the bend of the river. So we wrote him a song. This is that song. It's mostly true, but not all of it is true. And I'm going to let you guess which parts aren't true. This is called Fiddler's Bend.
1, 2, 3.
Down from the holler where the gravel road ends, no one is a stranger, everybody's friends. They all get together when the workday ends, dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend.
Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend.
Steve is building dreams out of old driftwood. Kathy's in the kitchen, cooking something good.
Out here at the bend, everything is as it should be,
never lacking, and the river runs free.
Down from the hollow where the gravel road ends, no one is a stranger, everybody's friends. They all get together when the workday ends, dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. When you're weary, you will find it all works out here where the river unwinds.
There's plenty for everyone.
Squirrels and fishes,
no one walks alone here,
and the dogs do the dishes. Down from the hollow where the gravel road ends, no one is a stranger, everybody's friends. They all get together when the workday ends, dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Where love is
stronger than a flood,
where love is
hotter than a fire,
where love is
patient as an old man,
watching the river grow higher and higher. Down from the hollow where the gravel road ends, no one is a stranger, everybody's friends. They all get together when the workday ends, dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Down from the hollow where the gravel road ends, no one is a stranger, everybody's friends. They all get together when the workday ends, dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend. Dancing round the fire at the Fiddler's Bend.
Woo! Thanks, you guys. All right. Who can guess which part I made up? We got a lot of guesses. Over here, blue mask. Yes, you. The dogs do the dishes. Actually, that was true.
Technically, it was more of a pre-wash, but, you know, it's close.
In the back, white shirt. Yep, you. Say again. Steve was dreaming. Yes, I did make that up. You're so good. You guys are so smart. All right. We're going to do another song.
You're switching it up on me? Okay.
Oh, yes. Excuse you. Yes.
Ooh.
You think it's not true that the water flooded?
The key element to the plot is being questioned.
Oh, wow. I like your confidence. However, it was true. It was true. The river flooded, and the houses really were on stilts. Still are,
Yeah.
I imagine.
I mean, the everyone's welcome might have been a stretch. It was technically private property.
I made that up. I did.
So we're switching to the next one?
Yeah. All right, we're going to do another song that was based on experiences Luke and I had by traveling around the road together. So, how many of you have been to the circus? Raise your hands. A lot of you have. Cool. Yeah. Do you guys know about the trapeze? You know about the trapeze. Some of you do. Okay, so before I started making music full time, before I put all of my focus on writing songs and traveling and singing for people like you guys, I used to be a trapeze artist. Yeah, I know. That's hard to believe, isn't it? It was really fun. I used to hang from my knees from this bar up high off the ground, and I would flip around, and it was really fun. I did do gymnastics when I was little, when I was your age. I did gymnastics, yeah. Yeah. Okay, one more question, then I'm going to get on with my story. Yes, in the tie in the front, yes. You think the song is bluegrass. I'm glad you think that.
It's a ballad bluegrass.
I think it is a ballad. It's a bluegrass ballad. All right, so Luke and I, we got hired to play a show in another little town, actually, in Oklahoma. This town is called Hugo, Oklahoma. And when we drove into town, on the welcome sign, you know how every town has its welcome to wherever you are? Their welcome sign said, Circus City, USA. And I was intrigued because of my past as a trapeze artist. And I thought, oh, how cool. Maybe I could see some trapeze artists in town. So we got into town, and I said, where is the circus? And unfortunately, we were there when the circus was out on tour, so I didn't get to see them. So I said, well, what is there to do in town that's entertaining? And the gal who was hosting us said, well, you should go to the cemetery. How often do you hear that? I've only heard it the one time. So I went to the cemetery, and I was walking around, and, you know, I mean, it was a big cemetery, and there was a lot of trees, and it was nice, but I didn't think there was anything special about it. And then I entered this one section of the cemetery, and there were all these cement elephants kind of scattered in between the headstones. And I thought, well, that's different. That's cool. And I started looking closer at the headstones, and there were carvings in the stone of tight wire walkers and jugglers and trapeze artists. There they were. This one section in the cemetery was all circus people. It was called Showman's Rest. So I wrote this song about that section of the cemetery. This is called Flowers and Stone. If you go to Hugo, you'll notice its rare history. The sound on the breeze of the hum and the squeeze of a faraway calliope. If you go to Hugo, magic is hanging in the air. With the catcher's release and a last rest in peace, the circus takes its final curtain there. Flowers and stone, you wandered lone. Love that was passing is now everlasting, eternally known. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, here ever after, no more to roam. If you go to Hugo, tell strong John I say hello. The flying Latinos are balanced evermore with no net below. There lies Louise of the swinging trapeze, famed for her triple to the bar. Now she's spinning the breeze as she hangs from her knees and circles a falling star. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. Nothing left but empty popcorn sacks and wagon tracks. The circus is gone. Flowers and stone, you wandered alone. Love that was passing, it's now everlasting, eternally known. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. You guys are a great audience. Thank you. How many of you write songs? Raise your hands. Wow, a lot of you do. That's cool. That's cool. I love that. I started writing poetry when I was about 8. Yeah. Yeah? Your brother's 8? How old are you guys? 8, 9. Okay. Good. Got it. All right. One question, then we're going to play another song. Yes, sir, on the side.
You have a guitar.
You have a guitar.
Do you play the guitar? Good. That's the key
Good.
to having
Good
a
for
guitar,
you.
is playing the guitar.
That's great. Okay, this is another song that was inspired by a small town.
We like our small towns.
We like small towns. You know why we like small towns? Because everybody's so friendly. Everybody's really nice in a small town. You guys are really nice. So there's a town, again in Oklahoma, on the very eastern border of the state. This town is named Westville. Westville, Oklahoma. And I found this very amusing when we played a concert there. I thought it was funny that they named the most eastern spot in the state Westville. So I mentioned that I thought that was kind of amusing, and somebody in the audience suggested I should write a song called Eastbound to Westville. So I did.
Westville, and my heart is feeling light, traveling down the highway in the middle of the night, fiddle in the backseat and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. Been living in the city, hoping for my dreams to grow.
So many people all together in one place.
They get too scared to say hello. Been living in the city, scraping for my piece of pie. Crowded, lonely among strangers, till I can't remember why. I am eastbound to Westville, all my troubles left behind.
Further down the road I go, the easier my mind. Fiddle in the back seat and my eyes upon the road.
I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. Buried in my memory, someone I used to know.
He gave his heart and hand to me
so many years ago. I hear he's on his own again, and I know how that can be. Remembering his honest smile, will he remember me?
I am eastbound to Westville with a longing in my heart. What is there for me to do but make another start? Fiddle in the back seat and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. Riding high, stars are fading back into the orange-yellow sky. Fiddle in the backseat and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville. I am eastbound to Westville, and my hopes are riding high. Stars are fading back into the orange-yellow sky. Fiddle in the backseat and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville. Eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul.
Thanks, you guys. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir, in the back. We do have recordings. We do. We have released 6 CDs and one, what's called an EP, which is a 3-song thing that Luke wrote. It's all on our website, bettmanandhalpin.com. You can get to all of it if any of you are interested. It's there digitally, it's there physically, all the options. And we also have a few things on streaming for those of you who do that. Yes, in the back. Yes. How long did it take me to make my song? Smart question. Yeah. Well, you know what? Songwriting is a strange and elusive art form. Sometimes I get an idea in my head and I just kind of roll it around in my head and it gets kind of clearer and clearer, and then I sit down and I have to put it on paper. And then sometimes when I sit down and I put it on paper, it just kind of comes through in a lovely stream of ideas, and then I work on it for a little longer. And I would say that process, when it goes that smoothly, usually takes a few hours. However, I have songs that I have started that then I kind of got stuck. So I just put it away for a little while, and then I come back to it, bring it back out, and I look at it again. And sometimes I stay stuck for years on songs like that, but sometimes they actually become full-fledged songs. So it's a really variable process.
Yes, sir. I got all day. I got all day. This is my last thing I'm doing today.
How many songs have I written? Oh, gosh. How many songs have you written? How many songs have I written?
You've written at least, as far as stuff that's done, we've performed, you've written at least 60 or 70.
I've written more than that. I've probably written around 100 songs, probably. I don't know. I'm not that prolific, really, if you think about it. You think I'm prolific? How many songs have you written, Luke?
Me?
You've written a bunch of instrumentals and stuff.
I've written a lot.
It's hard to keep track.
Yeah. I'm going to do an instrumental that I wrote.
Yeah, we are.
I have a quick question for you all. Can I ask a quick question? Would that be okay? Does anyone know what this instrument is? A lot of people think it's a banjo.
Yeah.
Nope. Far right. Nope.
Nope.
Not banjo.
Not actually a guess.
We got an eager person with their arm up in the back.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, you have a question. Let's figure out this instrument first.
What instrument is this? Anybody have any other guesses besides banjo?
Okay, I'm going to go with the adult right here that has a guess. It is a mandolin.
Got it.
Mandolin is it's in the violin family.
You know, because they have the same last name?
It's in the Lin. It's in the Lin family.
Yeah.
Play your first string. Yeah. Same note.
Same note.
Next one.
Same note. Oh, look at that. Well,
so they're essentially the same instrument, except you play this one like the guitar, and you play that one with a saw, or whatever that's called.
It's called the bow. It's called the bow.
And I have another question. How old do you think I was when I started playing this instrument? I'll give you a clue. I am currently 46 years old.
Wow.
Not 4. 4 is a really good guess.
4. That would have been 6.
Not 6, but that's close.
You guys are getting close.
Okay, in the back, the tall fella in the back there. Pardon? Did you say 8? 9. Not 9. The farthest person in the room. They get ignored. Yeah. Oh, there's 2 of you back there. The one on that side. 11. How many 8-year-olds do we have in the room? We got 8 years old. I started playing this when I was 8 years old. My dad handed it to me, and he said, learn how to play it, you're in my band.
Wow.
So I got a beginner mandolin book, and I taught myself how to play this instrument. And then by the time I was 9, I was performing with my parents. And that sounds fun, doesn't it?
You know how old I was when I started playing this instrument? Yes! I was also 8.
Apparently it's the key age.
I was 8. I went to music camp, and I learned how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on the violin, and I have never stopped.
All right, I wrote this song. It's called Button Willow. I named it Button Willow after a small town in California, but mainly I named it Button Willow because I like to say the word button willow. It's my favorite word. Here we go.
Thank you.
You know what? He won an award with that song. Luke won the Great American Song Contest in the instrumental category with that song. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Woo!
Well, I was living in Los Angeles. I moved there to be a movie star. I didn't become a movie star. But instead, I started a band, and I hired him. I was looking for musicians who would play my songs. I was writing original songs, and at the time, I had a bass player and a guitar player, and I needed a mandolin player. And this guy was referred to me by the guitar player, and that's how we met. And we started playing together. And then pretty quickly it became clear that he played the guitar and the mandolin and the fiddle, and he could play anything. So I fired everybody else. That's how we met. And that was almost 15 years ago.
It's crazy.
And then we moved from Los Angeles to Denver.
If we subtract COVID, it was only 13 years ago, and I'm 2 years younger.
That's true.
I like that.
Let's do
I
that
like that
math.
math very much.
Yeah. All right. A couple more questions right here in the. You've had your hand up for a while. Blue mask. Yeah, you. Are we married? We are not.
We are not.
We are not.
Why? Why? It's a long story.
In the back, all the way on the end. Why are we not married? Life is complicated.
We're
really good friends, and we like to make
partners.
music together.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
It happens all the time. We're fine.
I know. It seems like we're married. Even adults think we're married. It's just because we play really well together.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question, then we're going to play some new songs. You pick them, Luke.
Okay, there's a black mask back here. Pink jacket, black mask. Yeah, you. Yes, and it's an ongoing process. That's a great question. I am still every day trying to get better and better at being able to do all of these things. Someday I'd like to teach myself how to play the piano and add that to the mix. But I would say...
How many instruments do you play, Luke?
Oh, like 5 or 6. Wow. I think that I'll answer the question more specifically. I started playing when I was 8. And of course, by the time I was 9, I thought I was amazing, but I was not. It took me till I was about 13 or 14, from starting at 8 until I was good enough to, say, hey, I know what I'm doing here. But you can learn pretty quick. It only takes a month or 2 to play a song.
Yeah, or a week. I learned Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in a week.
You're
off to a
you're
good
smarter
start.
than I am.
But I have been playing the violin since I was 8. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time. So, but the thing about music, which is really amazing and wonderful, is that when you play an instrument or when you sing, it's something you can do your whole life. And you can always get better at it because you can always refine it. And so it's never boring. It's really wonderful. What are we doing?
I thought we were doing the next song or two.
Yeah, I was going to swap them, though, but you've tuned, so we'll do it this way.
Want me to switch it?
Yeah, do. So, you guys, so this whole last couple of years that we've been going through with this pandemic, right? How many of you had to stay home from school last year? Raise your hands. It was amazing. Some of you liked it. Yeah. It was boring. It was amazing. Okay.
We hit a nerve.
Okay, raise your hand if you had to try to do school through your computer screen.
Okay.
We got varying opinions on whether or not that was good or bad. Hated it. Yep. Okay. Quiet. So we used to travel all the time. And in the last 2 years, all of that stopped. So we had to ask ourselves, well, what do we do now, right? And so we did various things, but I wrote a couple of new songs during that time, and we're going to do 2 of them for you. One of them, hopefully, it's going to speak to you. We'll see. This is a song that was inspired by a quote I found from a girl who lived during World War II. Her name was Anne Frank. And she has a quote where she says, "You don't know how amazing you can be, and that's good news." And I thought that was a wonderful quote, so I wrote this song inspired by that. You do not know how far you can go. You do not know how much love you can show. How deeply you can feel, how much truth you can reveal. You don't know. And that's the good news. Nobody knows just who you can be. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your whole community. How many times you'll try, how much higher you can fly, you don't know. And that's the good news. Surprise yourself. Surprise us all. Be a source of inspiration, not a course on limitation. It's not over till it's over and you're gone. you be the one to make the call. Surprise us all. You do not know how bright you can shine. You do not know the length of your time. How deeply you can feel, how many hearts you're gonna heal. You don't know. And that's the good news. The unknown is your true home. Surprise yourself. Surprise us all. Be a source of inspiration, not a course on limitation. It's not over till it's over and you're gone. You be the one to make the call. Surprise us all.
Killer. Well done.
Thanks, you guys. That's like the first time we ever actually performed that song. Huh.
Do you all want to
Like
know
it.
what my favorite sound in the world is? It makes me very, very happy. I'm a large child. This is something I'm holding on to.
This is another song that was written during this time of just staying home. So, Luke and I moved to Colorado like 10 years ago, more than that. What? You've been to Colorado? Raise your hand if you've been to Colorado. Wow, you guys are world travelers. Colorado's pretty. I like it there. It does, but it hasn't this year, actually. It hasn't snowed very much. I hope we get more. So, you know, we were just at home. We were at home for the first time since we moved there. We were at home without leaving every few weeks. And it was interesting. We got to know our city better. We got to know our friends better. There were some good things that happened. And there was a lot of things that remain sort of questions, like, we don't know what this year's going to look like or next year, but we have had the opportunity to settle in a way that was good. And so this song is kind of about that. This is about sometimes when you stop working on things, they have time to deepen.
Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be here.
Empty highway, acres open and untended either side. Not a single fence is mended.
Ancient longing
feels just
like these barren fields,
waiting
for my work to blossom, wanting so my life to yield. Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be here. Fear not this fallow field, this crop, this bears that bears no yield. this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be. Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be.
Thanks, you guys. All right, we're going to do one more tune. Seems like you guys probably are about have to wrap it up, yeah?
Hey, I have a quick thing
Teachers?
I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Do you guys, does it sound good out there? Does it look good out there? There's a human being making that happen. And he sits over there behind you.
He's hiding in the back.
His name's Kelly. Can we give him a big hand for making it sound good? Awesome.
And making it look good?
Yeah. He's the most important person in this room as far as I'm concerned. And then you guys. No, you guys are the most important people. Now I've got myself into a little bit of a corner and I'm just going to stop talking. We're all important. Does anyone else play the fiddle other than the two of us, or the violin?
Does anybody know the difference between a fiddle and a violin?
Nope.
No.
I like the commitment. Nope.
No. This girl in the white. Yeah, you.
That's all right.
You forgot. Sometimes I forget, too. Yes, right here, behind the teacher. Yes, you.
It's pretty close.
With the song? That's the difference?
With the saw.
With the saw. With the saw.
Sort of is. It's close.
It's sort of. That is part of the difference. You guys are smart.
Right in
You
the
guys
middle.
are really smart.
Right in the middle, right there. No, behind you. Yeah, you. No, you.
You're one who's turning around and wondering if it's the person behind you. Yeah, you.
It's an optical illusion. They are the same.
They're the same.
I mean, arguably mine's dirtier than hers, but yeah.
But that's just maintenance. That's not a...
The difference between a violin and a fiddle is simply in how you play it.
It's in your attitude. We like to call that twin fiddles.
Thanks,
everybody. You guys. You guys have been great. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We hope you had fun.
Thank you.
Enjoy
your day.
Keep playing music, you guys.